feeling low.
Hello Lemon Drops and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. What's up, old man? It's one of my dogs. Registered dietitian to be. We are back for another installment of me reacting to the crazy workouts of social media, Beachbody edition, while I educate you all in the process. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lols. So many interruptions right now from you. And some dry sarcasm along the way. Hit that subscribe button and join the Lemonade Stand. I would love to have you here. And so would my dogs. I've got my cold brew. Let's get it cracking, baby. Let's go. Without anything further, let's make some damn lemonade. So something that I do want to say right off the bat is I actually do not have a lot of demonstrations for you guys today. Today is going to be more this is all commentary, but I guess there's just going to be fewer demos than usual today. I'm sure you guys don't mind that much, but just FYI, because I know a lot of you really like this series because I give you guys like workout ideas, which makes me happy. But today is going to be very blah 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 heavy. Isn't that every one of my videos? Okay, let's go. All right, so we are kicking things off with an exercise from one of the newest programs called Job 1. This is an exercise that I have seen a lot. I actually think I may have featured it in an episode of this, like maybe last month or probably like the month before that at this point. But I'm showing it again because A, I hate it a lot. And B, we've had an influx of newbies on the channel. Welcome to the Lemonade Stand. Thank you so much for coming. And I actually have some additional thoughts and opinions. And whenever I have updated or changed my thoughts or opinions on something that I've commented on in the past, I like to bring it up. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, I do have some updated thoughts and opinions on this exercise, but spoiler, they're still not positive. Oh, that's such a cute set she's wearing. So like I said, this particular exercise is from one of the newer Beachbody programs called Job 1. My husband just sent me a picture of a puppy. Hold on. This is the stuff that me and my husband text each other throughout the day. Again, this is an exercise from one of the newer programs, Job 1, which was created by the Beachbody super trainer Jennifer Jacobs. Yes, I know she is a retired former Peloton instructor. You guys don't need to comment that a million times. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly because I will have this blurred, but in the background on the TV, you can actually see Jennifer Jacobs herself doing this exercise. So the way this coach is doing it is how it is supposed to be done. This is just a variation of a bent over row, simple back exercise. Specifically, these are piston rows, which I don't think I brought that up before. And that's because I figured out that these are a variation of a type of row, and I hadn't heard that name before. Piston rows are pretty much alternating dumbbell rows. You're just going at a slightly higher frequency. So they're a little bit faster. Because you are going a little bit faster, they are more dynamic, so it does require more core stabilization. All that is well and good, right? Rows are a fantastic exercise to develop your pulling strength, but has anyone been able to guess my issue with this yet? What is with the dumbbell in one hand and the resistance band in the other hand? That don't make no sense. By doing that, you're using two completely different amounts of resistance. Why? I wonder if you're supposed to like when doing this, you're supposed to like switch sides so that you kind of get both sides evenly, if that makes sense. Like after that set, you kind of switch hands with the dumbbell and the resistance band. But if that's the case, I still don't understand the point of this actually. That was me trying to make sense of it. If you have one dumbbell, then just do a row with one dumbbell on one side and then switch, do another set on the other side. And likewise, if all you have is a resistance band, then just do the same thing with the resistance band. The only thing that I can maybe see, and I'm gonna need you guys to chime in for this, the only thing I can maybe see this being applicable for is maybe like in the physical therapy setting. I used to go to physical therapy a long time ago for back pain that I used to have, and I use resistance bands a lot in physical therapy. Again, this is the part of the video where I need anyone who is a physical therapist, in school to be a physical therapist, etc. I need you to chime off in the comments. Do you think this is applicable in the physical therapy setting? Am I onto something there? I'm trying to give it a chance. All of that being said, even if this is applicable in the physical therapy setting, this is not physical therapy. Based on my own observation and experience, most people who are doing Beachbody are usually beginners themselves, inexperienced, and just kind of want a way to work out at home. And I've noticed a lot of people join Beachbody with the goal of losing body fat. And all of that is honestly fine, but the point I'm trying to make is this is not physical therapy. It's not the same setting as physical therapy. These are just regular people training at home. So I ask again, what is the point of doing piston rows this way with 2 different levels of resistance on each side of your body? So this is one I don't have a demonstration for. I think the last time I featured this one, I think I just showed you guys rows, like just like a regular bent over row. But I really should have showed you a piston row. That's what I should have done. So again, I showed this one fairly recently. I don't have a demo for it, but again, I wanted to offer some updated commentary. So if you want to see a professional and proper demonstration of the piston row, there are lots of examples on YouTube. I definitely don't think that this is dangerous. Obviously, there's always a risk to physical activity, but this is one where I just don't see this as like super high risk. I would personally say that this is beginner friendly. What I'm going to do for you guys is I'll link I found a couple videos of people demonstrating piston rows on YouTube, so I'll link a couple of those below. And let's move on. So this next one is eerily similar to the last one. There's 2 videos that I want to look at for this one, so I'm just going to let them both play. So again, we're rowing. Awesome. Great. Rowing makes the freaking world go round. But can someone please explain to me why we have added a resistance band around the wrists like that? Or I guess let's make this specific. Miss Jacobs, why have you chosen to add the resistance band like this around the wrists? I need a lifeline because I don't have the answer myself. If we take a closer look at these, they've got a dumbbell in each hand, and then they have the band around their wrists like kind of like this. So when you pull up to do a bent over row like this, a bilateral, yeah, this is bilateral because you're using both sides are working together at the same time. So when you're pulling up to do a bilateral bent over row, your hands do spread apart just a little bit, and it's just enough to pull the weights up so that they can come up to your sides. It's almost negligible. So what is the point of adding the resistance band to it? That's what doesn't really make any sense to me. And then on top of that also, I'm looking closer. Those bands don't look very heavy. Those look like probably some of the lighter bands. And that's not me trying to throw shade at all. Like, ha ha ha, they can't go heavier. No, like that's not me trying to throw shade. I'm just stating the fact. Those bands don't look very heavy. And if that's the case also, then it makes even less sense to me to be adding the band like that. It seems pointless. This first girl has like a whole nice weight setup. That looks like her house. She's got a really nice setup. So this is another one that I don't have a demonstration for. My only recommendation is to just do bent over dumbbell rows like a normal person. You don't need to add the resistance band like that. So this next one that we're going to take a look at is more resistance band hijinks. Maybe I should put that in the title of this video. And you'll see why I'm using the word hijinks to describe this. So I'm not positive what this is supposed to be. I think she might be trying to do like a single arm. I mean, oh shit. I was gonna say like maybe a chest press, but it's not really a chest press because she's keeping her elbow and she's not pressing up from out here. Oh man, now I don't really know. I'm gonna treat this like a chest press, so let's pretend that that's what's happening here. Why is she holding the band like this? To be totally fair, we can't see like a TV screen. I think I hear someone talking, but we can't see a TV. So I don't know if this is exactly what it's supposed to look like, but I have to imagine this is generally what it does look like. Holding the band like this in this way, it's like behind her and then she's gripping it on this side and like kind of pushing over there. That makes absolutely no sense to me at all. I know that she has a better way to do this. And do you know how I know she has a better way to do this? Because I can see a door right behind her. Why not put the band on the door handle? I don't get the point of doing it this way. Jennifer, what is your logic? I don't understand why she wouldn't just tell people to just like anchor the band on the door or something like that and then just do it like that. Okay, you guys, please, I need you all. Is it really too much of a stretch? Hang on. Is it really too much of a stretch for me to assume that people who pay for Beachbody on demand also have a door? Is that too much of a stretch? I don't feel like it is. Doing it this way looks extremely uncomfortable as well. She's shirtless, and the band, which is like a giant rubber band, is rubbing against her waist. It's directly against her skin. That can't be comfortable. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it's, like if that were really hurting her, but she's just ignoring it because the person on the screen is like, you got this, girl. You go, girl. I'm just being sarcastic. I don't know that for sure. But yeah, I don't understand doing it this way. This looks I'm looking at it again. Yeah, this looks very uncomfortable. Like taking a rubber band around your wrist and just like pulling it, and like all the friction, that looks like it's probably really uncomfortable and painful. Anyway, there's a much better way to do this, so let's frickin' do it. So I thought I filmed myself just doing a single arm press, but I guess not. Sorry about that. I'm just using a handled resistance tube, loop, whatever you want to call it, and I have anchored my band to a spin bike because that is all I had at the moment. If you want to try this, whatever you anchor your band to, just make sure it's sturdy. You could also do this unilaterally, that is one side at a time, like she was actually doing in the video. This is just a more efficient way to do it. It is also a lot more comfortable than having a rubber band rub against your skin. Okay, so this next one is another one that I don't have a demonstration for. Just comments. I know I don't typically identify people because really it doesn't matter, but just because I'm probably not going to blur her, but you'll probably recognize this next person. This is top 10 elite Beachbody coach, Melissa McAllister, who made legal threats against me last year for some of my content about her. I'm excited to tell you guys about that. It's a whole crazy saga. Anyway. Okay, what I found strange about this is not the exercise. I mean, it's a reverse lunge, and she's doing kind of like a knee raise in front. You know, whatever. That's perfectly fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And to be honest, I'm not positive if this is a Beachbody workout. It looks too normal. So I don't know if this is a Beachbody workout actually. And if that's the case, it actually would probably belong in my other series, reacting to fitness influencer workouts. I think it was just a knee-jerk reaction though, because she's a Beachbody consultant, so I just threw her in this series. So yeah, if this is not a Beachbody workout, then this probably belongs in my other series. But if it is, then, you know, we're in the right spot. Anyway, the thing that's weird to me about this, I know you guys can see the caption. It says great for hamstrings. Hard and only one toe touches the floor. I don't know what that means. But the thing that I thought was weird was, why is she saying this is great for the hamstrings? That struck me kind of strange. Like I said, she's doing a reverse lunge to a knee drive, knee front kick, whatever you want to call it. Take your pick. And the main target for lunges of most varieties are the quadriceps or quads and the gluteus maximus or glutes. I'm not saying that reverse lunges don't touch the hamstrings at all. That is not what I'm saying, because that is not true. Lunges, like squats for example, are a compound exercise. Compound exercises involve multiple muscle groups at a time, as opposed to an isolation exercise, which, as the name suggests, isolates a certain muscle. An example of an isolation exercise is the leg extension machine, which primarily targets the quadriceps. Anyway, so lunges are a compound exercise, and there are multiple targets to lunges, but with most lunges, the main targets are the quads and the glutes. Are your hamstrings doing nothing? No, that's not what I said. Hamstrings are working, but not nearly as much as the quads or the glutes. If I'm going to the gym for leg day and I want to work on some hamstring isolation, I'm not putting reverse lunges on my list to do. I'm doing things like Romanian deadlift, hamstring curls, good mornings, exercises like that, which really hone in on targeting primarily the hamstrings. I do think it's worth mentioning that I happen to know that Melissa McAllister actually does have a fitness background. She used to work at a gym as a trainer for a little while, and that was a long time ago. Regardless of when it was, she still has a professional fitness background, so it's weird to me that she's saying that reverse lunges are great for hamstrings. Could I be being nitpicky? Sure. Could I be slightly bitter because she made ridiculous, in my opinion, legal threats against me? Absolutely. Am I still making valid points regardless? Also, yes. And that was the end of my self-questioning. I just wanted to bring up those points before somebody else did in the comments section. So yeah, if it's leg day for you and you want to do a little bit of hamstring work, want to focus on your hamstrings, I'm not saying don't do lunges, but I'm just saying I wouldn't put lunges at the top of the list because they're not the primary target for in lunges is not hamstrings, it's quads and glutes. Yeah. So let's move on. So this is another one from job 1, and I just realized that I think a lot of the ones we're going to look at today are actually going to be job 1. That was not intentional. Anyway, I feel like this one's a nice follow-up from the last one. I guess you can consider the last one kind of a segue into this one, because we're doing more lunges. Lunges are fantastic if you can manage them. For a lot of people, they're tough on the knees. No big deal. Don't do lunges then. You don't have to. There's other really great lower body exercises that you can do as an alternative. But I do not understand. There's a couple things I don't understand. I don't understand why she's swinging the dumbbell like kind of up and back. And then not only that, she also has a glute band. Oh, I'm sorry. I think Beachbody calls it a power loop. It's a glute band. She has that around her thighs while she's doing this. I presume this one is from job 1 because on the monitor back there, we can see Jennifer. That looks like Jennifer Jacobs doing the same thing. So I'm pretty sure that this is from job 1 and she's, this consultant is watching bot as she's doing this. This looks like the most cumbersome. Not the most cumbersome. This looks like one of the most cumbersome exercises I have ever seen. This glute band is so incredibly unnecessary. And so is that thing that she's doing with the dumbbell, kind of like moving it up and down like that. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be maybe it's supposed to be a bicep curl, like a hammer curl. I don't really know. I've said this before and I say this all the time. Glute bands are much thicker and heavier than regular rubber resistance bands because they're intended for, as the name suggests, they're intended for use for glute training. For pretty much all humans, glutes are a large and strong muscle and they need a lot of resistance to get really good effective training. More resistance than a regular like rubber resistance band can offer them. But she's not doing any glute isolation work with the glute band. Again, like we said before, one of the primary targets of lunges are the glutes. Like I actually just said before, lunges are actually really good. I mean, they're not glute isolation, but they're still a really good exercise to help work on your glutes. The irony here is I think that band is actually restricting her range of motion and interfering with the lunges and making them less effective than they would otherwise be. Just get rid of the band. And the other thing is the dumbbell. I don't understand the point of it. Not that I don't understand the point of the dumbbell. I don't understand what she's doing with it. Like the swinging like that. And again, I don't know if that swinging is supposed to be a bicep curl. Let me look at it again. I'm looking at it in slow motion. Okay, maybe it's supposed to be a bicep curl, but I don't really know. It's not clear. My other question with this is, are we going to switch sides? Like, I wonder if Jennifer is going to have people like put the dumbbell in the other hand and repeat the same thing on the other side. I will now demonstrate a better way to do this. So I'm just doing exactly what she was doing. I have just removed all of the bells and whistles and I'm just doing this body weight. I just really find that dumbbell stuff and the glute band unnecessary in my opinion. This is definitely what I would call a compound exercise. It's very dynamic. I would probably choose to make this a part of a circuit or like a fun full body workout or something like that. Also keep in mind, since I'm combining both a forward lunge and a reverse lunge, this is probably not going to be super friendly to your knees if you have pre-existing knee issues, so keep that in mind. In conclusion, Jennifer. What's inside that beautiful mind? Something that I have observed is the allure with job 1, as with a lot of Beachbody programs, is the short time frame in which it takes to complete these workouts. The job 1 workouts, from what I understand, they're supposed to be like 20 minutes or less. That's honestly not a lot of time. For some people, that's just a warm-up. So what did Jennifer have to do? And when she was developing this program, she had to cram as much work as she possibly could in the space of 20 minutes. Enter her throwing in a bunch of random moves with a bunch of different equipment just to do as much as possible. This method completely throws functionality by the wayside. Just making a workout as hard as possible by doing as much as possible that's just not the right way to build a fitness routine. And that's something that you see a lot of like newbie trainers do. And I don't want to sound like I'm talking crap, like I'm all holier than thou, because I don't consider myself super experienced. I mean, I've been a trainer for going on, 6-7 years now. And I used to train like this. I used to think that to be effective, a workout had to be super hard, super overcomplicated. I'm so glad I've since learned better, because that's just not the case. Thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, why not hit the like button? If you enjoyed me and my face, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Instagram, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. You're doing quite a few interruptions in the intro there, Onyx. Camera's finally on you. Anything you need to say? Anything you would like to let the people know? All eyes on you. Ready, set, go. Nothing to say, huh? All that riffraff and ruckus you were causing and you don't have anything to say? Oh, am I boring you? Come on, pop up. Sit. Wow, I tell you sit and you roll over. Wow. You know, you are really embarrassing me. I know you're a good boy, and I know you know how to sit, but instead you just roll over, and now you want me to scratch your belly. I know that's what you want. I know that's what you want. You such an old man. You want to say bye? You want to say bye? I feel like it's only fitting that you would say bye. Sit. Say bye. Bye.